seen anything like that. The whole world got up and turned their back to him and walked out. Because that is how the world sees Israel. That is what complete diplomatic isolation looks like. They've lost everybody. They've lost everyone in Latin America, everyone in Africa, Russia and China, everyone in Europe, everyone in the Middle East, even Egypt. The Egyptian government had a document this week. They described Israel as an enemy. They even they've lost everybody. And Netanyahu gets up and gives a speech defiantly. And the message is, we will not let the world cram a Palestinian state down our throat. In other words, even if the whole world wants them to stop murdering in Gaza, even if the whole world does not want them to erase Palestine from the map, they're going to do it anyway. This is a story from the New York Times. It says, quote, Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel ruled out calls for a Palestinian state during a combative speech at the UN on Friday, saying the recognition of Palestine by more than 150 countries was disgraceful and vowing to finish the job against Hamas in the war in the Gaza Strip. He said, quote, Israel will not allow you to shove a terror state down our throats. He said accepting an independent Palestine would be national suicide for Israel and that it would be a mark of shame for the countries that supported it, a group that includes the vast majority of the UN membership. The U.S. is the sole member of the UN Security Council that has not recognized Palestine. Think about that. Mr. Netanyahu's speech was the first at Friday's session of the annual meeting of the General Assembly, and many delegates and leaders either had not arrived, were boycotting, or walked out when he took the podium. The image of the Israeli prime minister speaking to a hall where much of the applause came from his own delegation seemed to underline the fears by some Israelis that the country is heading toward pariah status. I think you're already there, actually. Mr. Netanyahu's tone throughout his speech, which lasted around 40 minutes, was defiant. He said Israel would continue to hunt down its enemies, describing them as part of a network led by Iran. He recounted the attacks that Israel led against its enemies in Iran, Lebanon, and Yemen over the past year. Now, there's a very important point to understand about this, because this is truly remarkable and notable that Israel has lost everybody. There's a few points to be made here. A lot of people think that this is a Netanyahu problem.